Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rishi, and today we are at episode 7 of Mental Matrix. Now, so far we have covered addition, multiplication, squaring, and etc. But today, I want to take a slight detour and focus on a different aspect of mathematics that most of us are not very much focused on. You will see what I mean. So whenever we think about mathematics, maths, the one thing that goes through our mind is calculation. That's it. All we think about is calculation because, as we know, mathematics, the main focus is calculations. If you just think about calculation, you can still do mathematics, there's no problem. But the focus of this episode is to make mathematics fun, true. And in the process of making it fun, it's fun to do maths mentally. So when we include the aspect of mental capacity, it's important for us to remember. So this is where the second criteria that I love in mathematics comes in, which is the memory. So memory as in how much can you remember while you are doing a calculation. Let me give you a very quick example. When you are multiplying 2 digits by 2 digits, when you are multiplying 2 digits by 2 digits, it's much easier to remember what we are doing. But assume that you reach a capacity to multiply 4 digits by 4 digits. Don't ask me to calculate because I have not reached that yet. So I'm also in the process of learning. One day. But the gist of it is that when you're multiplying big numbers by big numbers, the numbers tend to get huge. The numbers can vary from anywhere from 7 digits to 8 digits. So this is where it's important for us to remember the number, because it's much easier to remember words rather than numbers. If I tell you a sentence, for example, Sam went to the garden. Sam went to the garden. If I hide it from your view, you can still say what it said, what I wrote earlier. Sam went to the garden. It's much easier. But if I give you a bunch of numbers, 1, 2, 7, 9, 8, 6, 4, what do you remember now? 1, 2, 7, 9, then? Do you see that the sentence was able to be embedded in your memory in an instant? You can still remember what the sentence said. Sam went to the garden. But the numbers are not that memorable. So imagine when you're multiplying a big number by another big number, it's going to get it's going to get a lot difficult to remember which numbers go where, and the order of it will become messy as well. So this is where one of the most powerful methods known to humankind comes in. This is a correlation between mathematics and also memorizing. So this is a nice tangent point here where they both meet. So this method is known as the major method. The major number system. This is a system that is used by memory champions, mathematicians all over the world to remember numbers for different purposes. For a memory champion, it's going to be to memorize a list of random numbers in various orders, or this can be used by mathematicians to remember the calculations while they're doing any mathematical workings. So it helps them to remember the number and to use them in the later part of calculation. I know that I might be a bit wordy here, but I'm telling all of this just to ensure that you have a complete understanding of what we are doing. So this system has helped many people to memorize a lot of things. And one of the most impressive thing will be memorizing the digits of pi. As we know, the number pi starts with 3.14159 and it goes on forever. It's an irrational number. So using this method, many people have memorized more than 1,000 digits of pi. That's impressive, and now you're going to learn how to do it. I'm going to give you the bare basics in this video, and in one of the future videos I will be going in depth as in how to use it to make the whole process much more efficient and much more richer, so that you can apply it in various manners. So the major number system works in a way where we relate the numbers to a specific letter. It's not more of a letter, it's more of a phonetic, or as we can say, it's the sound of the letter. Specifically the sound. No worries, I'll walk you through the numbers one by one so that you can understand it better. So now we're going to assign the numbers. Remember, in mathematics, the numbers only range from 0 to 9, so 10 digits. So let's go through them one by one. Firstly, we have the number 0. So for 0, the sound assigned to it will be S or Z. So for you to remember this, you can just think of the word zeros. So the beginning is Z and the ending is S. So that's how you remember this. For now, just follow along and just try to remember. I will teach you how to use it in a few moments. So the second digit will be the number 1. So the number 1, we use the sound D or T. So it sounds more like D or T. So when you remember this, it's as simple as it's going to be simple as well. For the number 1, we're going to use the shape of the number to remember. So as you can see, both D and T have the number 1 inside them. In a way, this is just for you to remember. And then for the number 2, we have the sound N sound. So this is also to do with the shape of the number. So you take this 2, then if you turn this 2 around, it somehow resembles the letter N. So that's how I remember it. Then for number 3, it will be the sound M sound. Same thing, inverted 3 will look very similar to M. It doesn't look the same for my handwriting because of me, so it's my fault rather than the mnemonic form, but I know that you can understand this. You get the point. So it's M. Then for 4 we are having R sound, sound. So for how I remember it is, for the word itself ends with the letter R, so that's why it's R. And then for 5 we have the sound L. So 5 we have the sound L. This also kind of plays with the idea that the hook part of number 5, this part, resembles L. This is how I remember it. The part of 5 that looks like an L. So number 6, Number 6, we have we have ch or sh sound. So this one comes from the X in 6. As you can see, the word 6, this X sound is special. So if you break down the sound X makes, it's AKS in a way. So we are just going to take the last part of it as, and we're going to use it as sh and ch. We can't use the sound S because it's already used for the number 0. So 6, we're going to use ch and sh sound. All of these on the right are just for you to remember the corresponding sounds. They don't play much of a big role. It's just for you to remember. The next one will be 7. So for 7, we're going to use the sound k sound. So it's either CK or K or just C. Anything that makes the sound k. Alright, so for 7, it's actually an elaborate story where it's kind of a complicated one, but the way I remember it might be a bit too difficult, but let me just tell you. So there is a short video by Daniel Treasure where he makes an elaborate jokes of why 6 is afraid of 7 because 7, 8, 9, and that is a funny story about a parasite, an amoeba, and something to do with neck and cars and everything. So those words neck and car, the k in that helps me to connect 7 to k. Or another funny story that I made up myself is, do you know 007? 007 is James Bond. So what I would think is I would just imagine a villain trying to cut the neck of James Bond. Yeah, I know it seems a bit dark, but still, it helps me to remember. That's how I remember it. So it's like James Bond's neck. Or, even better, and less gory, James Bond's car. So the k sound, remember, helps me remember that 7 is k. Then 8. So 8 will be F and V. F and V. So how this helps me to remember is what I used to remember this connection is. So the moment I say 8, the first thing that pops into my mind will be octopus, because octopus has 8 tentacles. Forgive my spelling. Octopus. And then my mom's favorite dish is squid and octopus related delicacy. So favorite. So the word favorite has both F and V. Favorite. So I just remember my mom for this. Mom's favorite dish is octopus and squid. So that's how I make the connection. So lastly, number 9 will be the B and P sound. B and P. So for B and P sound, I connect it with 9 by thinking of cats and cats playing balls. Cat playing fur balls. That's how I connect it. You might wonder why cats, because cats have 9 lives. So when I think of the word 9, what comes to my mind is the picture of a cute cat, a cute kitten. Then they're playing with balls, fur balls. So that would play with ball helps you remember, oh, it's B. Because favorite F is already taken by favorite by 8. So fur ball is just to make connection. But the main idea is balls. Fur balls. So now we have cats here. Cats playing balls, or cats are in a park. Anything that makes you helps you remember. So for this video, I would highly suggest you to make yourself comfortable with referring to these numbers with their specific sounds. For 0 is S and Z, Then for number one is d and t, and number two is n sound. Number three is sound. Number four is sound. Number five is l sound. Number six is ch and sh sounds. Seven is the k sound. Then eight will be f or v sound. And then nine will be b or p sound. So I would highly recommend you to just go through this for maybe 10-20 minutes, and then go to the next video that I'll be posting very soon. And in that video, I will be teaching you how to use this major memory system, the major number system, in order to memorize words, memorize numbers in forms of words, so that you can retain it for a longer period of time, for memory competitions, to memorize things, or even to do mental math calculations. So that's all for now. Make sure you take a screenshot or pause the video here to have a read and then to memorize. I will see you in the next video, where I will be showing you exactly how to use these methods. Get ready to be mind blown when you actually see the result of how fast you can memorize the moment you start to use this. So till then, bye bye.